It's now 6:38, and I hope you're enjoying this very wet last day of the long weekend here on this Victoria Day. You're listening to The Rational here on CFRO 102.7 FM, and also on the World Wide Web, on 102.7 FM, and also on the World Wide Web at coopradio.org. This is MTS Poppet, and joining us is Chris Stevenson. And Chris, you have an interview lined up?
I sure do. On the Hot 1-Inch Action Show. Does that sound sexy? Well, sort of. This one-night-only button show is an annual event at Galerie Garchet this Saturday, May 24th. And on the phone we have Jim, who is the co-creator of the event. Good evening.
Hi, how's it going, Chris?
Good, how are you?
Good.
All right. So for the event, I understand that there'll be 50 buttons displayed by 50 artists. Why buttons?
Why buttons?
Yeah, exactly. Why buttons?
Well, buttons are they're kind of... they display the artwork very well. They're easy to handle, easy for people to kind of collect. So it's a good interactive tool, you know. So people can handle them and pin them on things, and you can coordinate with your outfits with these buttons.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because this event is sort of not your typical wine and cheese art show. Maybe you could just tell us a little bit about what happens during the event.
Well, okay, it's we have the 50 buttons. Well, just to backtrack a little bit.
Okay, sure, yeah.
The Hot 1-Inch Action Button Show, Chris Benson, my partner, we put out a call to artists in the community, and we invite them to submit designs for the buttons. And from those submissions, we select the 50 of the best button designs, and then we reproduce them as 1-inch buttons. So what we'll do then is we display the buttons on the wall, so there's 50 different buttons on the wall, and then we take random bags of 5 buttons, and people are given the opportunity to purchase them and then trade amongst themselves trying to get the buttons that most appeal to them. So what you have is this, what is basically a big party. A lot of people mingling, interacting, checking out the buttons, talking about the button designs, and bargaining amongst themselves, trying to get the buttons that they want most.
So this show has taken place since 2004. How has it been received with the public and the artists involved?
Well, each year it grows. It's been really great. The first year was kind of quiet. We just had only 50 submissions, and this year we had 130 submissions. Probably in our first year at the Reeves Gallery, we got maybe 150 people coming out, and last year I think we were looking at 300-400 people. So. It grows exponentially every year. People love it.
Do you find that over the course of the evening that certain buttons are more sought after than other buttons?
Oh yeah, definitely. There are hot buttons that people really want, and it's interesting because the way we reproduce them, there's only 60 of each button in circulation. So. You just never know what piece is going to be the most desirable, and just over the course of the night, it's weird. It kind of ebbs and flows too. Sometimes something's really hot, and then people are just giving it away. It's up to the individuals in the room, really. You know.
Right.
What appeals them most?
What kind of artwork do you typically see?
Well, we get all kinds of things. People submit stuff that's personal to them. Iconic things this year with the Dalai Lama was pretty hot. Got a couple of submissions with featuring the Dalai Lama. People are always trying to get their skull and crossbones in, but that's kind of getting out. So stuff that's iconic, stuff that's happy, stuff that speaks to social issues, just things, like some text.
How about the artists themselves? What kind of artists do you typically submit artwork?
It's a full spectrum.
Okay.
I think there are people that practice professionally, graphic designers, people that are just intrigued by the whole idea of the buttons, or people that are just average people that are just like, hey, I've got an idea for button design, and they submit. We typically we're just picking buttons by design, not by the artist. So, it's just a little bit of a full cross section of Vancouver.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And over the last couple of years, there's been a bit of a media buzz about this show, and it's also inspired another event in Toronto, I believe. How did that happen?
There was, I guess CBC did something on us, or I forget who, but there's people in Toronto decided they would like to do a show based on ours. They wanted to use our name, but we had convinced them that we'd like to kind of maintain ownership of the name, and so they chose the 1-inch punch as their sort of tagline. And I believe it's been as successful as ours.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm really quite flattered by it.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything unique happening this year compared to the past events?
Oh, yes. This year, we're going to raffle off a collection of all the buttons that have ever been displayed as a part of Hot 1-Inch Action. So,
wow.
On a jean jacket, we're going to have all 250 buttons from the last 5 years. So people will get a chance to buy a raffle ticket, and at the end of the night, we're going to raffle it off. So some lucky person's going to get the entire collection.
Wow. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'd almost buy a raffle ticket myself.
Well, I'll probably be there buying a raffle ticket.
But yeah, it's certainly there's some really, really great designs this year. I think that people are going to have a lot of fun trading.
Why did you decide to start this up and get involved in this specific art show?
Well, for me, I had been I do other events mostly in the cycling and genre, but I was I graduated from Emily Carr, and I was going out to different openings and kind of checking out the whole art scene here in Vancouver, and I sort of saw that there was a real lack of connection between people, and on a couple of levels, between themselves. If you didn't go with your clique, then you might end up leaning against the wall by yourself.
Right.
Or you might, and also a lack of connection between the art and the people. You can only just sort of look at the work or discuss the work, but you can't really leave the space with any of the work,
Right.
So I thought it would be a good. I thought it might be interesting to try and connect people on those different levels,
Right.
So give people an excuse to talk to each other and talk about the artwork, and a chance to get excited about something and to take it away, and maybe forge relationships between artists and people in the art-consuming public, And it's worked to a certain extent.
Oh, great. And the last question that I'm thinking about, and I don't know if our listeners are as well, but why the name Hot 1-Inch Action?
You have to blame my partner, Chris Benson, on that one. We were sort of tossing around names, trying to come up with something that would get people's attention. Well, like any good name, you need to get people's attention. And so Chris said, well, there's that saying, if you put hot and action at the beginning and end of any phrase, then you got a great porn movie name, and that'll stick in people's brains. And I was reluctant. I said I didn't think it really reflected, but there was no other choice. It had to be Hot 1-Inch Action, and the name sticks.
Yeah, definitely. It's great. It's great.
People seem to really relate to it for whatever reason.
Okay, and can you give us the details of the show, when and where?
It's next Saturday night at the Gallery Gachet on the 24th. Gallery Gachet is on Abbott Street. The doors will open at 8 o'clock. Typically there's a lineup. Trading will go on until we run out of buttons or people lose interest, which happens around midnight.
Okay.
There'll be a couple of DJs playing. Gallery Gachet themselves, they throw out a wicked spread of hors d'oeuvres, and there's a bar as well, so people can get juiced up for their button trading.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us this evening.
Ah, my pleasure.
Yeah, it's good information. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.